Hey everyone, this is Doug with the Grizzled Geek, and coming to you today for a quick Star Wars review. We're going to look at the patch 5.5A that just came out Tuesday. So we're going to take a look at what changes were made. There's only two real changes, really. One was that the planets that have weeklies had a major boost to the weekly reward CXP wise. Um, and I've almost finished the first of the one of those, which is Yavin. So basically, all of the planets that were daily planets that had a weekly mission associated with those dailies. So, for example, we've got Iokath, Oricon, Makeb, Yavin, the Black Hole, Section X, CZ-198, and Ziost. Those all they all have a weekly associated with them, and those weeklies have all got an enhancement to the reward for them. Um, it varies. The weekly rewards now vary dependent upon how difficult the completing the mission is. So, for example, or how much they want to promote that. I think this is part of a just an overall trying to bring those daily areas back to some sort of relevance. Um, and in the case of Iokath, just trying to get it over where it really hadn't been prior to that. So, for example, um, let's take a look here at Iokath is worth 10,000 CXP now, completing the weekly at Iokath. Um, that is considerable amount of points, but it's also a very difficult weekly to complete. It's not very efficient. Iokath has kind of got a mess of a map, so it's just finding your way around trying to do all of the various things that get you to that weekly can be kind of annoying. So I see, why that is way up there. The next one is Yavin, possibly because it does take 8 different missions. So that's why I say this is probably based upon the difficulty, the length of time you're going to spend doing it versus how much they want to promote it. So Iokath, probably a little of each. However, I believe Yavin is still relatively popular. It's used for a few conquest or one or two conquests, and it's got some good materials. People like to farm those low late materials here. It's great for that. Some of the other ones like Makeb and Section X, Black Hole to a degree, those are less popular, but also relatively easy. So Makeb, probably the next most difficult. That's going to get you 8,000. Oricon, Black Hole, and Section X will get you 6,750. And then CZ-198 and Ziost will get you 5,625. However, that's the base. So let's go ahead and look here. So we turn in the Daily Confederacy. Here's weekly Spirits of Cooperation, 27,000 command points. Now, I don't believe, let's see what the bonus here is. The bonus is on Warzone, so we're not getting that. The light side is winning, so there might be a bonus there. Basically, I've got a couple of things going on. I am rocking a superior command boost, so that gives me so we got a 9,000 base points now for the new weekly points. I've got 9,000 from this superior command boost. I also have the legacy unlock, the character perk, that gives me another 10% to that. And then I have 3 characters. So if we go back to the legacy, I have 3 characters who have the commanding legacy thing. So I'm getting a 75% bonus there. By my calculations, I should have got 25,650. So there is something else going on here that got me another 1,350. Not sure what that is. That could be that the light side is winning now. I'm not positive if that is, that released so long ago. I'm not even sure. Let me grab a calculator real quick and we'll see if that is, yeah, that is it. There's a 15% CXP bonus while your side is winning. So all told, I just earned 27,000 by completing that weekly, along with the other rewards for completing each of the missions. So a huge deal. You see, I think I got 6 command. Let's see, 3 tier. Or got me 3. Oh, I filled up too, so I got a bunch of mail. It's telling me that. So all right. So anyways, that's a huge deal. So if you're looking for a lot of command ranks very quickly, these weekly missions have now become far more relevant than they had been before. So that's the biggest change that happened with this update. All right. The next thing that we had happen with the new patch, and kind of a minor thing, is that the conquest time, ending time, that is, the time that the conquest will be, ending at the, I believe it's Sunday night. It used to be, I think, around 3 a.m. Pacific time that it would end. Now they're changing that to about 6. So it's moving. It's actually going to be 6 hours later. So it'll actually be, a considerable boost of time, essentially until until Monday morning, instead of until Sunday. I guess it was technically Monday morning all along. For those of us who are on the West Coast, now it's going to be truly in the morning. I think sometime around 9 a.m. or something like that. So there'll be a big difference there. So more time to earn conquest points. And that was it. It was actually a very small patch. That's why it was just 5A, I guess. So not a lot going on there. A very big deal with the CXP boost. That was, a significant change. But let's go ahead and talk about one other rumor I heard that's got me intrigued. There's apparently been some data mining going on the test server, and among some of the things that were discovered was that there's going to be some changes coming to crafting. And this is a video I wanted to do a long time ago, and I just haven't been able to, I got distracted by other, patches and updates, and just never got back around to doing it. But I had a video basically about how I think crafting has essentially become useless. Nobody does it, to my knowledge, anymore, except as it relates to conquest or to augments. Generally speaking, nobody makes their characters gear as they're leveling up. Well, I shouldn't say nobody. People might. I don't hear a lot about it, and I don't know why you would. Leveling up is so easy now that there is no reason to really go shopping for gear that is better than what just randomly drops. That gear is going to be sufficient to get you through leveling up your character as quickly and as as overpowered as you end up being as you're leveling. Essentially, nowadays, you are usually anywhere from 2 to 5 levels higher than the planet you are going to be working on. So when you take that into account, there's really little reason to worry about having purple gear or anything like that. And So in that sense, a lot of people have just gone away from doing a lot of the crafting. But apparently, they are going to be making changes to the crafting system, and some of those changes will bring back the concept that some characters are better at doing certain missions than others. At least that seems to be the suggestion. There also seems to be, based on the information, and I'm getting my information from SWOTOR TV, and I'll put a link to the article I'm referring to down in my description here. But essentially, what he's seeing or what he's hearing about the changes that they're making makes it seem like they are going to reorganize the crafting into at least slightly different mission categories. I don't know how accurate that is or how much of a change they're going to be making, but that seems to be the suggestion here. Is they're going to be making some sort of I assume a major overhaul to crafting, and it's probably going to come around the time when they're going to release the changes to the conquest system. That seems to be the next thing they're working on. That's going to be the priority at the beginning of the year. So I could see that being something that they work on together, especially since crafting war supplies is one of the main things that people worry about crafting now. Essentially, crafting now is all geared towards end game. So I'm hoping that they're going to make some positive changes that will make crafting more relevant to the game as a whole, and that it'll bring back crafting in a meaningful way. Because right now it just seems like you want to have a character have each of the various crafting skills to get all of the augments you might need, but other than that, there seems to be no clear reason why you would do that. Oh, look, a nice bug here where the panel you're supposed to destroy isn't showing up. So anyways, those are the changes coming, or that have come with 5.5a, and some of the things we're looking at potentially in the future with crafting changes. As we learn more about it, I will definitely be paying attention to that, because crafting is something I miss, and just seems like that's something they're overlooking. It seems like to me, and this is something that really is encouraging to me about the game, is they seem to be focusing on making elements of the game that have lost their relevance to become more relevant. So I hope they continue going in that direction, whether it be making these weeklies. I've seen a lot more people in this weekly area or this daily area than I have in a long time. Usually you can come to, especially I'm playing it about 4:30 in the afternoon Pacific time, and generally that means you could come here and not see a single soul on a typical day. But I have seen 3 or 4 people here, and it's only the weekly that's getting the bonus. So I think you're going to see all of these areas continue to become more useful, more relevant than they are now. All right, there you go, guys. Thank you very much. I'd like to hear from you what you think of the changes that are coming or the changes that have been made. What are you looking forward to the most? What other video ideas would you like to see me explore here? Thank you for Cassandra Strife, who suggested the McKeb heroics, not the dailies, the planetary missions there, the heroics. I did the Republic one. It's posted. It's kind of long, but that's the heroics there on McKeb. I will be doing the Empire heroics next, and they should be going up Sunday. So any other ideas, please keep them coming. I love hearing from you guys. If you have any questions about the patch changes that came, I will have links to the patch notes and anything else we hear from the developers in the meantime. But thank you all for being here, for your help. If you would, please check out our Patreon link down below if you'd like to help us out in that sense. Otherwise, just keep the views, the likes, the shares coming. Please comment down below. Hope you guys enjoy playing Star Wars The Old Republic. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you later.